Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing Charmers and Charmers in the Platinum level. If anybody wants to follow me, this is my ID. You can go ahead and follow me and probably play. Right now I am in the Platinum level with Charmers and kind of stuck on Platinum 5. But I have reached all the way to Platinum 3. And what I'm playing is what I call Mega Charmers. It was called Balance Charmers, but it was very hard to balance the Charmer deck. So we're gonna play through a few games. We might not win. If we go first, we have a better chance of winning if we go first. If we go second, it's going to be a little bit harder, but it's still going to be possible. So it takes a lot of luck. Well, it takes luck. It takes going first. And it also depends on the luck of your opponent. So right now we draw. We have draw power, but we have two ways to draw here. Now we got to think about being ashed, because we're usually ashed on the first turn. So what do we want to ash first? What we don't want to do is we do not want to banish 10 cards from our deck because we barely have 40. So we're going to try to activate Awakening of the Possessed and draw through that. So that's our first draw power, to draw a card, and we're going to see if we could bait the ash. Now he does not have an ash. Now right now we have a decent board, but we're going to be susceptible to Harpy's Feather Duster. If we put down Skill Drain and Awakening of the Possessed and a Spell Charmer, if he has any type of Skill Drain, anything that removes trap cards or trap and spells, we're done. So, and we have one hand trap, which is Drollin Lockbird, which is only good playing against Drytron. And if we're playing Drytron with this, we might have a shot, but in reality our board is not the greatest. So we have to make a decision and we have to gamble. Should we activate Pot of Desires and get 2 cards, or should we risk it and play with Skill Drain and hope that he does not have a Harpy's Feather Duster, and that's about it. So it's really up to you. You have decisions. You really don't know what's gonna happen. If they have, there are so many things they can do, but if they do not have a Harpy's Feather Duster, it's going to give us a little bit of a chance to draw the Secret Village on the next turn. So we also have one draw on our next turn, so we'll have 2 draws, and so there's a lot of things that we can do. So right now I'm going to risk it, set our draw, and I don't want to activate Pot of Desires. So we're gonna see if this pans out. If he has a Harpy Feather Duster or anything that removes cards, so what we're gonna do also, if you notice that I clicked on the on instead of auto, so that we can activate our effects on the draw. So we're gonna do that to bait an ash. We're trying to bait ashes here. There's so many times you can bait ashes. And we're gonna activate Skill Drain. Now right now my opponent can activate spell cards, which is horrible. And so it all depends on their deck. But ideally you want to at least have a Charmer. See, he can draw. He has draw power, which is foolish for him to activate Pot of Desires. Now we could activate Droll Lockbird. So we lock him out from drawing more cards. Oh, but then he does. Well, this is very rare that someone plays Cyframe Gear Gamma. So this would be one of those rare cases where someone does that. You hardly ever see this play. But we're going to see what happens here. He might attack, and we're going to see what happens next turn. We might not have a choice, and we might have to activate our Pot of Desires. So right now he's locked out of his effects, but he is not locked out of his traps and spells. Okay, so this is good. We can activate this and draw a card. See if they have an Ash. Now we have a lot of more choices. We can take out his back row, or we can go for better cards, because you could permanently, I have a Magician's Left Hand in here, so he won't even be able to use traps. So we have a lot of options here. I don't even know what to do here. Let's go with just let's get something better. We're going to activate Magical Mallet. See if he ashes that one. And we're going to send back our Harpy's Feather Duster and our Pot of Desires to see if we get two better cards, which we don't. We got worse cards. And we have no... Okay. We can use the Possessed Partnership to take away one of their cards. So we're going to attack. Usually the highest defense is 2100, so we should be safe. He activates Dogmatic Punishment. I don't even know what that does. Probably just draws a card. This is not affected by card effects, so it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So we keep attacking. Okay, for our next turn, we're going to have one negate. We can destroy, well, it's not going to be a negate, it's just going to be destroy one card. When we're going to be able to summon, Familiar Lina, so that would let us draw. Now we can activate Possessed Partnership. We're going to activate Possessed Partnership. We're going to bring back our Lina or Lena, whatever her name is. See if he has anything for that. We're going to special summon face up. That's going to allow us to pop his Shaddoll Beast. And if he ends up popping our back row, on our next turn we're going to be able to bring back at least Awakening of the Possessed. Alright, so this guy, he scooped, so that's basically it. He realized there's no way of playing against that, and that's how you play the new Charmers. I'll show you the deck real quick. It's not meta, but it beats a lot of the meta. I don't know what it's called. No one really has it anywhere. No one really is playing like Charmers mainstream. So for our hand traps, I have Droll Lockbird as our first hand trap. Then I have one Ghost Ogre, Snow Rabbit. One Ash Blossom, which is a really good card. And for our Kaijus, which I call Kaijus kind of. For our Kaijus, got Lava Golem to take out 2 of their cards, tribute 2 of their cards. We have Gamacell, which will tribute 1 of their cards, and we have Winged Dragon of Ra that would tribute 3 of their cards. We also have Nibiru if we are going second. And also our next, I think that's it for the hand traps. Alright, so for our Charmers, we only have the Dark and the Light Charmer. Only those 2. And for a Familiar Possessed, we have all 6 of them. Alsa, Familiar Possessed, Area, Hita, Win, Dark, and Lena. So for our spells, we have 1 Regeki, Swords of Revealing Light, which sometimes comes clutch, Harpy's Feather Duster, which is a must in every deck, Upstart Goblin for draw power, 2 Magical Mallets for consistency, and Cup of Ace is a gamble, but like 2 out of 3 times it gives you 2 cards. Pot of Duality, which does not allow you to special summon, but we don't normally special summon on the first turn. We just normal summon and that's it. So 2 Pot of Duality for more consistency. 1 Pot of Desire. 1 Pot of Extravagance, which is you have to know how to play this, because once you activate this, you cannot draw from anything, but you could still pull from I think you might be able to use Pot of Duality after using this one. And there should be a Spirit Charmers in here, but it's not, so I'm going to add it somehow because it's additional draw power. 1 Secret Village, so you got to be careful you don't banish it. 1 Magician's Left Hand, which is very important when you're going against something that is very trap heavy like Eldritch. What this thing does is, if you have a spellcaster monster, it negates the effect of your opponent's first trap. So if you have Secret Village, Magician's Left Hand, a Skill Drain, and a Spellcaster, and also Awakening of the Possessed, basically your opponent cannot do anything. So for the other spell is Awakening of the Possessed. You only need 1, but I have 2 just in case I accidentally banish 1, because this gives you a lot of draw power. 3 Jar of Greed, because once you activate Pot of Extravagance, you can't draw, but Jar of Greed will allow you to draw on your opponent's turn. And also Jar of Avarice is really good because you can target 5 cards in your graveyard and shuffle them into your deck and draw a card, which just drawing 1 card is not good, but it actually allows you to put essential cards back into your deck. That's what's the most important. Even if they ash this, it will still allow you to put 5 cards into your deck. So like if you want to put back up Possessed Partnership once you used it, you can do that. Or let's say Skill Drain. Soul Drain is not supposed to be on here, but yeah, Jar of Avarice, 1 Possessed Partnership, probably could use 2 of them, but it's very hard to find the room. 2 Skill Drain is very important. Soul Drain was not supposed to be here. I don't even know why it's here, but it never comes up. But Soul Drain is basically activate by paying 1,000 life points, and monsters that are banished as well as monsters in the graveyard cannot activate their effect. Very good with Drytron. 1 unpossessed and 1 lose a turn. Skill Drain, if you open up with Skill Drain and lose a turn, basically it doesn't allow your opponent to attack if they special summon a lot of monsters. For our extra deck, we have 1 Crystron Hulky-Fibrex and 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Hita, 2 of the Wind, 3 of Alsa, 1 Area, 2 of the Light, 1 Saline, which is used to go to access code. Usually you have Hita or something, Hita and 1 other, a Charmer and another card, and that gets you Saline, and from Saline you can special summon a Spellcaster, and you can go into access code talker. We have 1 Apollousa, which I hardly ever use because Apollousa doesn't necessarily protect you against spells, and it's only like once per chain, so it's very hard to use and it's very situational. But yeah, that should be it right there. You could add like Zeus in here if you want to, but you're gonna have to add another Xyz monsters. But yeah, that's basically the entire deck right there. So hopefully this helped you out, lets you see how this Charmers plays, and we're going to play another game in another video.